Hello everyone and welcome to this tutorial. Today we will continue with our Battle Royale series. This time I want to show you how you can create blend spaces with Mixamo and with the new page. And of course how to replicate them over dedicated servers. So let's go ahead and start. So start up your Battle Royale tutorial and then go on the Mixamo side, log you in. I did this already. And then click on characters. So here are the default character from Mixamo and the last character you uploaded, and mine is male01. So this new website works with only one character, so you always need to upload a new character if you want to use another one. So this is quite good, I think, because before we had this my assets section with thousands of assets, and the server from Mixamo just started to lag like hell, and so this is a good step from them. It's a bit more work, but actually we have a smoother side. That's okay for me. So if you want to change this, just click here on upload character, select the character, and go to your Battle Royale saves, and then pick the Blender export here, the small one, which I picked also without textures, or pick the Mixamo male default export with that 34 MB and with textures. So then click on it and upload it. And yeah, I actually won't do this because I already did this, and this won't just take some time. So let's go ahead and get our 3 animations for the 1D blend space. The first one will be an idle. So I picked the breath idle. So here it is, already selected. The options are the same like before. Just bring here the sway and the breath down so it's not so unrealistic, and then just click on download. And yeah, it's very simple, so no more switching between all the sites, all on this page. And here's the download window, so let's go to beer saves and Mixamo, and breathing idle 1 is just the name for mine. You can name it however you like, and then just save it. So the next one will be walk. I would just pick here the default one. I know this is not the best one, but yeah, it's just for showing off, and you can switch all the animations later. So let's download this one. And let's call this also walking one, so I know that all my animations are with 1, because I have some animations before where I test something, so you can name that like you want. So I will just pick this running here, also in place. This is very important. Then download without skin. And then here we go, running 1. So that's all for this site. And the next step would be now to implement everything. And yeah, open up your Battle Royale tutorial. And first of all, let's delete here the levels. And under maps, let's create a new map without the counter, so we have more time to test things out. So I just call this demo level or something. So I'll go to map and save this here as demo. And let's just fast make us here a small playground. Like this. Let's bring in the skylight for better looking shadows. Like this, and pull it up. So now we have this world where we actually can play and test everything without counter. So I don't know, I think game mode base was the right one. Let's test it. No. Or was it? Let me save the map. Let's go to our world map and look. World comp game mode is it. Now let's go to our demo again and use this game mode, and it should work. Yeah, there it is. So the next thing is go to your characters and create a new folder called animations, and go into this folder. Inside here, let's import our animations. This is breathing idle 1, running 1, sorry, and walking 1. My German language is coming through. So here are the male base. And let's import and see if it's rotated correctly, because sometimes there are some problems with Blender rotating. Yeah, as you can see, it's laid down. So to fix this, just delete this and let's do this again here. Pick all the ones and then under import rotation just type in 19 degrees and then it should rotate it correctly. Yeah, like this. As you can see here is the the pants and or the bottom. I don't know why he always select this mesh. In the last version you could simply just switch it and the animation was also switched to the new mesh. But now in 4.17 I don't know why this is not working, but it doesn't matter. So our animation is working correctly, and that's the main part here. So what we do now is just create a blend space. So we go to to animations and Blendspace 1D. And don't worry, in the next video we will also make the complete blend space for all axes. So this will be our Blendspace 1D and then PP or something. And inside here we need to open up here the axis settings. Then we have the name, which is speed. We have the minimum axis value, we can leave this as 0, and the maximum of 600, and the grids are 6, so we have 100, 200, 300, 400, and so on. Put in the breathing idle at 0, the running at 600, and the walking at 100. And we are done with the animation blueprint Blendspace. The next thing we want to do is to implement an animation blueprint with the third person. The anim instance and the mail base selected, and then just call it animpp or something. Very simple. Here is the main window, the anim graph, and from this one we need a new state machine. This one will be our default. Now we just pull out here an idle state, go into this idle state, and we bring in our blend space. Very simple. Let's create a variable for this, which is speed, and then we go to the event graph. And here we could just type in everything, but we can make it as simple and just go into the third person idle. Oops, sorry, this is not the correct one. This one here, and just copy this and this over. Let's see, like this. And the speed is here, but I forgot something, which is the is valid. So you should only do this, update this, if everything is valid. So if there is no character, no animation blueprint, then it should not do this. So this is fine. And the last the last thing before we start testing is to set here everything to these animations. So go to viewport, click on the mesh, pick the, what is the name? Forgot the name. NMPP, of course. For the top also used NMPP, and for the bottom also the animation blueprint. Compile and save this. You could also go here into construction script and set those two to the mesh as the master, so there's no errors in the animations because they are initialized at the same time. So let's get them, whoops, like this, connect this and this. Oh, sorry, my fault here. Mesh is the new master, and these two are the targets. So here, so that only these are connected and not both. And yeah, you can already test this here. So here we can see it. We're walking, we're running, and we're standing. And what we now want to do is just setting the walk speed to 100, so we can see this here. Very easy. And here it is. This is the normal walk. And if you want to test both, just go into the event graph and get a left shift here. And then pull in the character movement and set the max walk speed, which will be then 600. It's very simple. Here comes something that I really worked a lot of time on, because what you will see now is that there is a stuttering. So this is a big problem from dedicated server, and I had a lot of trouble. But I found a very simple way. Can't believe that it's so simple. So let me show you this. We need a custom event here, which is something like set max walk speed on server. So we make this run on server. We disconnect these two and pull them here down. And now what we do, this was one step I've never thought of, is just creating a variable with max walk speed. And here this one will just be 600, and this one will be replicated, and that's all for the server replication. Then we also need to replicate this one on the client. So we pull this here and just bring this in here and connect them. And after this we call our set max walk speed. And now you should see my result here, for which I really had a lot of nightmares going on. So now it's perfectly synchronized and no stuttering at all. So what we do now also is the released. There we want, of course, set the max walk speed again to a lower value. Let's just call this 100 then. Oh, sorry. Of course not like this. We want to duplicate this one. And the duplication we want to call 100. Just pull it in here. Let's create a custom event. Set max walk speed 100 server. Like this. We do the same. Connect this here. And then we want to set max walk speed 100 server. And now it should work. What is here the problem? What, 600 million? What the fuck? Just 100. Okay, save and play. And it's working correctly. So yeah, that's it for this. Let me look at the time. And yeah, we have some minute left, but yeah, for the Blendspace's access into all access, we have not enough time, but I can show you some timeline here or something like this. So yeah, what we actually do here is we increase and decrease the max walk speed a bit slower, and not like we're just setting it here. We will just set first, of course. Let's get this done here, like this. We could just take the speed. Let me think about this fast. Okay, let's just test this here with a timeline. So delete this and bring in a timeline. Yeah, just leave it a default name. Create a float and a key for this float at 0, and let's say 100 for the walk, and 103 seconds and 600 for the running. So we update this here, and at the same time we want to update on server, of course. Let's say play, and net play from start. Just put it in here and here, and let's see if this is working. Doesn't look like. One thing I could test here is setting here to the replicated variable. Put this together. Do the same for this one here. Set the max work speed. Connect this. Compile and save. And test this again. Is it working? It is working. Yeah, cool. Didn't thought that this would work, but it is actually. So yeah, let's go through the other parts of the timeline walking. Okay, let's do the reverse timeline. So pull this here to the side and let's grab the timeline. And again, play from start here. So if you release, play from start. Actually, we can say we have here a time, so that when we release, we want to get the actual time at the moment, which is here, and then we will play from this time. So let's just grab here a float. 0 is 600 and 3 seconds. 3 seconds is 100. So this one here was something wrong, so click on it and delete it. And this one was also not correctly 600, of course, like this. So event graph, update, this is correct. Bring this in here. Or actually, like before, set the max walk speed 100 here. And then want to set here into this time, into this variable. And let's do the same on the stop, but this time play. And we update this and we pull in into this. So now let's test the release if it works. So I'm starting to sprint. Now I'll stop, and this works perfectly. So yeah, but of course it's not correctly playing from start every time. So here's something wrong with it. So let me check it. And I did not find a fix for the small bug here after we want to reset the speed again. But I will take a look at it and will post a fix for this under the video or in the next video. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a nice day. And yeah, bye.